Now available.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Now Available, the internet's only streaming service podcast. I am one of your hosts, Adam Howard, and with me, as always, the groomsman, Rick Yattinger. It's two more than I have. You were trying to be party man. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure either. So on my side, it's gonna be you, and my brother's gonna be the best man. So it's you two.
Uh-huh.
Basically, you have to help keep me in line on wedding day, as well as show up to the bachelor party. I think that, to my best knowledge, that's pretty much it.
Oh.
As well as you have to wear specific things to the wedding, to fit the outfit sort of thing.
Oh yeah, so that's another thing I was gonna ask. Do I need to wear is it like a matching? Everyone's getting like a matching suit or tuxedo look, or is it
So
no? I guess how formal is it gonna be?
So what's happening is I'll have a navy blue 3-piece suit, and then you and my brother will have gray dress pants, a white t-shirt, and then navy blue bow tie and suspenders.
Okay.
So pretty much any white shirt, any white dress shirt will do, and then light gray pants. I can send you where my brother went to get him if you want to match them exactly. If not, you can just go with whatever kind of light gray pants. Brown shoes. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Send me that.
Nothing
link.
crazy. Yeah, I'll try and find the information.
Your brother's probably what, 2 feet taller than me. So if I buy the exact same pants that he has, they'll just be all bunched up at the bottom.
You'll have bell bottoms.
Yeah, I'll just have those extra long pants, an extra small shirt, because he's way skinnier than me. Yeah, it's gonna be a look. I'm really excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun for sure.
So I'm trying to think of a story before we got on here, and I already told you my cool story. I'm not gonna repeat it yet because I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
But okay, so have you ever had Pita Gourmet?
Pita Gourmet.
Yeah, it's a chain, Euro, Greek restaurant.
A Euro Greek restaurant.
Well, I mean, Euro is the sandwich, not EU, RO, European Euro.
I don't think I've ever had it now.
Oh, buddy, let me tell you about this. It's so fucking good. I got it. When did it? Saturday was the first time I had it, and then I had it again yesterday. It's so good. Oh my god! If you like Greek food or Mediterranean, they got gyros, they got falafel, they've got all sorts of shit like that. But it's very good. I think it's good.
What was that called again?
Pita Gourmet.
Pita Gourmet.
Yes,
Where is
sir.
that?
There's one on Transit. I know you don't know Buffalo, but there's one on Transit. I don't know if there's any out towards you. There has to be one near you guys.
I mean, there's got to be somewhere around here. But
yeah, even if it's not the same, it's probably pretty similar.
Yeah, I imagine so.
So that would be my everyone go out and try Pita Gourmet.
Rick's pick, Pita Gourmet.
And Rick weighing into Rick's picks. This week, on top of the movie that we watched, on top of the movie that we're gonna watch, well, that we already did for the second episode, everyone needs to go out there, fire up Hulu, watch a little movie from 2009 called Jennifer's Body. I forgot how much I love that movie, and my sister sent me like a Snapchat or something with like, "Oh, Jennifer's Body is on Hulu," and I watched it I think 3 times since she told me that. Dude, it's so, oh my god, it's so good. It's just like, it's Megan Fox, and she's like, you know, the high school, what, like popular cheerleader girl, and her friend is like the dorky nerdy girl played by Amanda Seyfried. Seyfried.
I think it's Seyfried.
Yeah, and it's just them like going back and forth, but Megan Fox's character, through some wacky circumstances, gets possessed by like a demon, and it's like this is gory, coming of age, you know, timeless story. Everyone goes through this story.
Getting possessed by a demon.
Mm-hmm.
All that sort of stuff.
But oh my god, dude, it's so good. It's such a good movie. It's fun. It's campy.
How old do you think Megan Fox was in this movie?
How old? Oh, Jesus.
Because she's playing a teenager, but because it came out in 2009, and Megan Fox is...
I'm going to say she was 24.
24. We'll see. So this would be 11 years ago. So she would be... Holy shit, she would have been 24.
I got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You can't fool me. Megan Fox should have to get up earlier to fool me.
I just don't get... My one thing is, like, why do they have all these young people, or all these, like, older people playing, like, high schoolers? I'm like, doesn't make a lot of sense, but... Oh, well.
I mean, that's just how it is, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of this... I think the thing is, like, one of the most egregious places to look for it is in the original Spider-Man movie. Where you got Tobey Maguire and Joe Manganiello.
Mm-hmm.
His flash tops.
Oh my god!
And they look he looks like a frat bro in it.
Yeah, he looks so old now that I'm picturing it in my mind. He looks so old.
He does not look like he's in high school.
How old is Yeah, what would an actual 18-year-old look like in a movie? They would look like they're 10, right? They would look like a child.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, I watched, one movie I started to watch, I didn't end up finishing it, was not 8th grade, The Edge of 17 with Haley Steinfeld in it.
Okay.
And she looks young in that movie. I'm not sure, because it came out in 2016, so she would have been 4 years ago. She would have been 20, but still, that's a lot closer to the correct age. Because she looks like a high schooler, not like somebody pretending to be a high schooler.
Yeah.
Not like how are you doing, fellow youths?
That's me whenever I do anything involving younger kids.
Mm-hmm.
Show up with my skateboard. The best part about that like stupid meme is his fucking shirt. It just says music band on it. With the little lightning bolt in the middle.
I don't think I ever noticed that before.
Oh my god.
It's
so
hysterical.
Oh, here's another story. I was like, I've been watching a lot of like old skateboarding videos.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I want to like rip off a bunch of those old like skateboard designs and make them into like now available stickers or like a shirt or something. Right. And I thought about doing that music band, like just doing now with the little lightning bolt and then available, or like, there's this one brand called Toy Machine, and one of their most like recognizable designs was like, it's like like the fists, and it says
Mhm.
toy, but it has like 3 knuckles, and then machine, and it has like all the knuckles on it. Like it has like a bunch of fingers. So
That's
like, dude,
hysterical.
now available would like work perfectly with that.
It really would. It's
Yeah.
hysterical.
So I'm gonna do it. I just haven't done it yet. Was yes, well that's it for Rick's picks, I guess. Go watch Jennifer's Body and reminisce in the old times of 2009. You know what I'm
11 years
saying?
ago. No, it's 12 years ago now.
Yeah, it's fucking forever ago, dude. I was
You're off by a year then. She would have been
no
23.
fuck. She doesn't. I was reading some of the trivia, and there was a bit in there where she was like trying to look like sickly, so she like stopped going outside into like the sunlight to get like paler, and she like was like on a really restrictive diet. She weighed like 97 pounds at one point, which is insane. Like, could you imagine weighing less than 100 fucking pounds?
I couldn't imagine it, no.
And then like as an adult woman too, like she wasn't like, I can imagine like a teenager, like, oh, I'm 12, I don't weigh, I weigh 97 pounds, but to be
Yeah.
24, 23,
Jeez.
absolutely
Mm-mm.
insane, dude.
Well, it's the same stuff with like Christian Bale, where he's like the machinist and gets down to like skin and bones is fucking crazy.
That was another one too, where I was reading, um, he wanted to weigh less than 100 pounds, and they were like, they're like, listen, you can't do that. Like, you're gonna fuck your body up if you do this. Um,
Right, yeah.
but I think he got to like 103 or something, 102, which
Yeah,
is,
I imagine so.
yeah,
Which still
it's
crazy.
horrifying. Yeah, to see his body like that is disgusting. Like, well, it's not disgusting, but it's just fucking. It's so jarring.
Yeah. Because then you look at him in The Dark Knight, and then you look at him in Vice, where
Yeah,
he's playing Cheney. And he's like all big and everything. And he did that all like in real life. So it's not like even like it's makeup or anything like that.
for real. I want to say yeah. So Machinist, and then his next movie was Batman Begins.
Yeah.
So he was down to like let's just say 105 pounds. He gets up to like two something. I want to say it was like 230. You see him in that movie. He's massive.
Yeah.
And there was a thing of trivia that was like he actually had gained too much weight. So he had to lose weight again to fit into the suit. And then I think the next movie he did in between the two Batmans was The Fighter.
That sounds right.
I think I know he did that
Just
in
this where it
between the
drops
Batmans.
down.
Yeah, and in that one he's like a like a not a junk, like he's like addicted to drugs or something. He's like a fucked up dude.
Yeah.
And he's skinny in
Yeah.
that one too. So like how the hell? It takes me forever to lose like 5 pounds.
Well, these people, they're getting paid to do it too. So they're just like, we're gonna drop all this weight and we're gonna be skin and bones. Because I could never do anything like that. I like it wouldn't be healthy. B, I would have no purpose to do it. C, I like food too much.
Oh man, it would be really cool if I was like, oh, I got a Marvel's paying me, $200 million to get fucking jacked, or they're paying me, $2 million to lose 100 pounds, but I gotta do it in 5 weeks. Like, what do you do?
Jesus,
Yeah, like how do you do that?
that wouldn't be possible.
It feels like they do that like every time in between those movies. They're up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, where it's like you're gonna get super fit for this film. It's like
I
okay,
wonder. I wonder like the long term effects. Like, when he's finally like, I'm done doing this. I'm done doing this weight loss thing. Is he either going to like retain weight like crazy, or he's just never gonna like his metabolism's gonna be so fucked.
yeah. I was actually listening to it was Joe Rogan's podcast when he had Matthew McConaughey on, and he was talking about going from like when he was in Dallas Buyers Club to whatever movie he was in after that. and how like he dropped down, and then when he started to like build muscle back up and stuff like that, it didn't like it didn't come in like the same ways as it was before. So it didn't like
Oh,
form how it was. It would like form in weird ways and stuff like that, or like different ways than it would before. Which is like, if you why would you do that to your body? Like, it's crazy.
if yeah, if you've always weighed X amount of like of all your weight always sat right in your stomach, and then you lose all that weight and you're like, 6-pack abs or whatever, or your skin and bones, and then the next time you gain weight, it's all in your thighs. Like that would be fucked up.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy.
They're not normal people, that's for damn sure.
Yeah,
They're simply not normal
and they
people.
don't get normal paychecks either.
It's true. I wonder how much they get paid. Like, I wonder if there's like in their contracts, if it's like, we'll give you an extra $100,000 if you, I don't know, take your shirt off. You know what I mean? Or for like,
And there are contracts like that, because I think Vin Diesel, there's something like that when he wears like tank tops or whatever versus taking his shirt off, or different things for like Fast and the Furious movies or whatever it is. I heard that at some point recently, like when Fast 9 came out, but I
that's
don't know.
awesome. What would your contract thing be? You put it in the contract like, I want this has to happen in the movie. This was tough.
You have to pay me X amount of money to put more clothes.
To put more, yeah. I'm only wearing a t-shirt and shorts. Anything other than that, that's another $5,000 per item.
Yep. Per item per scene.
Yeah, what the hell would I want? What would I want in the movie? Mine would be I'd break the fourth wall. Like, in my contract is like, I get one line where I get to look directly into the camera and say something. Like fucking Bow Wow in Tokyo Drift, where he gets into the elevator with all those girls and he looks the elevator doors are closing, he looks at the camera, he's like, throws him like a wink.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think that would be mine.
Yeah,
Speaking of other movies though.
Okay.
I came up with a task that I sprung on you a while ago. A while ago, and you forgot, and then I sprung it on you again right before we went online.
Yep, sounds about right.
So I'm listening to Kind of Funny podcast, or one of them, and they had this great bit about what movies do you think are underrated and what movies do you think are overrated. And I said to myself, I'm stealing this for our show because it fits fucking perfect.
Right.
I'll go first, so you still have time to think about yours, because I don't remember if you said you had one.
Yeah, I have. Well, I have both of them now, I think. But
okay.
You can go first.
When I heard that, I had two that immediately came to my mind. I'll start with for overrated first. My pick, my choice for most overrated movie is fucking It Follows. I hate that movie, and I think it's trash. And I know that is an unpopular opinion. A lot of people love that movie, and I just think it's bad. I think it was mismarketed. I think it's not enjoyable. It's boring, and it just overall sucks. And if that's your favorite movie out there, people who are listening / watching, I'm sorry, but someone's got to say it.
I've never seen that movie. I'd always like see the trailers for it because it came out. Was it 2014?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm saying it's 2014. So I was 14 at that point, and I'm like, this is like terrifying to me. I'm like, this is something I just can't watch.
So I feel like that's what everyone was like. Oh, this movie is so scary. Oh, it's so da 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 da. It's this, it's that. And I'm like, whatever. Like, I don't want to see this. I ended up getting roped into going to see it at the theater. Now, I've gone to the movies a lot, and I've never walked out of a movie. But there's been two instances where I almost did. The first one being a movie called Unfriended, which is which is another one that's absolute trash. But I think everyone knows that one is trash.
Yeah.
It's just it's 90-minute buffering Skype call. Like it sucks. That was the first one. The
You know
second
how
one,
much money they made on that one?
I don't even want to know because I'm gonna be pissed. It probably cost what $15 to make. If we could do it right now, if I just
We could do it for free.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh my god, that one it did piss me off so bad. And the second one being It Follows. Like they're just talking it. Everyone is fucking talking it up. And we get in there, we're in the theater watching it, and I'm just remember being bored out of my mind and being like, I can't believe I paid money to watch this. And it wasn't even like, when you go to the movies and there's like, a rowdy group or there's people cracking jokes or whatever. That wasn't even happening. So it wasn't even like I could like enjoy that part of the movie. I just don't like it, and I'm sorry. But I'm sorry and I'm not sorry because I don't like it. What's your pick for overrated movie?
So this is a great one because it's a movie I just saw last week or something like that. So, ready for it, Ricky?
I'm ready.
You ready? I think The Green Knight is vastly overrated.
I'm turning this off right now. Are you kidding me? Are you out of your mind?
I walked out there. I'm like, I wasted 2 hours sitting there.
Wasted.
I mean, some of the stuff was cool, but I'm like, this is boring. This is, as Randall put it in Clerks 2, they just walk for 2 hours. And it's like, oh, is he dead? Is he not dead? Who are these people?
You're telling me that scene where he's tied up, slight spoiler for the movie, where he's tied up against a tree and the camera pans around and it shows the seasons change and then it shows him as a fucking skeleton because he died? You didn't like that part?
That part was cool.
Okay.
There were cool parts of it, but as a whole, I think it's vastly overrated. Like that part was cool. There's a lot of cool shots with him walking around with his axe.
Yeah.
But it's just not a film for me. I can tell it was well made and like the cinematography was gorgeous and it was like meticulously designed, yada yada yada. Like I can appreciate it from that standpoint. But from a movie I'd want to spend like a day watching, I would have much rather gone to see Black Widow than gone to see Green Knight. And I still haven't seen Black Widow yet.
You didn't see Black Widow?
No, I was going to go yesterday, and then yesterday got away from me. Because I have the Regal Pass, so I'm like, oh, I'll go see this movie. So at least I didn't have to give my hard-earned money to Green Knight. I just like use my Regal subscription to go see it.
I am just green with anger. That movie is so fucking cool. You know what? Because there's some people out there who are screaming at their stereos or iPod Nanos, and they're like, you know what, Rick, you're fucking boombox. They're like, record player. Listen, It Follows is incredible. Cassette. So now I feel it. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my soul because that hurts. Because that movie is so fucking. I love that movie. I thought it was awesome. Damn you! I even bought the book.
Want to know what the better version of that movie is?
The better version of The Green Knight? Okay.
The more fun and more watchable movie version of The Green Knight is The Revenant. Just go watch The Revenant.
With Leo? That one's awesome.
Yeah, just go watch that movie. Don't watch The Green Knight.
Wow, you're such a... Oh. I can't believe this. I can't... This is a betrayal. Unlike any before. All right, let's move on then. Let's move on to our underrated.
As I sucker punch Ricky in the face.
Yeah. My heart is shattered. I need to move on. Okay, so my pick for underrated movie, people that need to give this one more love, and if you follow me on Twitter, I have talked about this one previously, is a movie called Killing Them Softly. And it stars Brad Pitt. It's got Brad Pitt.
That's the one with the cover with him with the shotgun and the black, all black and everything.
Yes.
I still have to watch that movie.
It's so good. If you like crime movies or like Goodfellas or anything like that, like this one, it's so good. It's about this dude. The Ray Liotta is in it, and he plays a guy that like runs like mob gambling or like card games, and his card game gets knocked over by like these two like not junkies, but these two dudes who are just like hard out for money, and it kind of gets blamed on Ray Liotta's character, and so it's like higher ups in the mob who are like, oh, we got to sort this out, so they send in Brad Pitt's character, who is kind of like an internal investigator, and he kind of like works his way through and like solves like who did this, or like, you know, he gets to the bottom of it. Ben Mendelsohn, the dude from Rogue One, he's in it. He's so good. He's so good in it. And Ray Liotta does a great job.
Movie.
Dude,
You're
it's
selling
awesome.
me on this movie more and more.
It's a little slow, but like all those crime mob movies are slow. Like I think they're designed that way.
Yeah.
But once you buy into there's this one scene where this dude breaks down like what's going on, or like what the plan is. Once you get to that scene and you buy into it, it's so good. There's some funny bits in it too that are like just funny stories that Ben Mendelsohn's character tells, because he's like trying to make money. So he's like, me and this other dude are stealing dogs, driving them down to Florida to sell them to make like a couple $1,000 or whatever. But it's like, it's cool. So on top of Jennifer's Body, everyone go watch Killing Them Softly, and then go watch A Green Knight. What's your pick for underrated?
So my pick for most underrated movie, or one of them, is going to be it's Everybody Wants Some by Richard Linklater. Came out in 2014. It's a spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused, and it tells the story about this guy in his like first 3 days before classes as he goes to college, and he's he lives with all the baseball players in this house, or these two houses. So it's about them like going out, kind of getting into college, the experience and stuff like that, and like all the classic like Richard Linklater stuff that goes on. So it's such a great film. It's so well put together, and it's got a great cast. It's got I believe it's Blake Jenner's the main character, who's also in Edge of 17 and in some other stuff. I don't really remember what else he's in. As well as is one of the side characters. Well, actually, there's two superheroes in this movie, now that I think about it. Because there is Tyler Hoechlin, or whatever his name is in this movie as one of the baseball players, the guy who plays Superman in Superman and Lois. He's in this movie. As well as Wyatt Russell's in this movie.
Hell yeah.
So it's got a pretty good cast. It's definitely, I think, one of Richard Linklater's best films. I like it more than Dazed and Confused, actually. So there's a lot of good stuff going on with it. Highly recommend it. Don't know where it's available, but you probably pick it up for super cheap.
I haven't watched Dazed and Confused in who knows, 20 years maybe? 25 years? I don't know. It's been a very, very long time.
Wait, 25 years?
Yeah.
So you saw that film when you were what?
No, I was 4. 4 or 5? I don't know. It's been a very long time since I've seen it. But I know that's one of those like quintessential movies. Like everyone sees that movie.
Yeah, it's such a good movie.
Okay, I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah, Everybody Wants Some. Very good movie. Green Knight, skip it.
I don't even want to hear about it anymore. I can't believe this. All right, let's talk about another movie. And in the show about movies, I think we should talk about the movie. that we watch?
I don't know. We've hit on a lot of things today. We've hit on a bunch of movies, bunch of different stuff.
We got weight loss. We got movies.
We got weddings. We've got whatever else we've got. I don't know what else we
This
have.
is what the people want. So let's go right into what is it? The Matrix. Dude,
Entering the
Matrix.
This week we have Take Shelter from Hulu. It's directed by Jeff Nichols. Directed and written by Jeff Nichols. It stars Michael Shannon, Jessica Chastain, Shea Wingham, Katie Mixon, and Kathy Baker. It was released January 24th, 2011 at Sundance. It premiered and then wide release September 30th, 2011. The runtime is 121 minutes. It had a budget of $4.75 million and a box office of $5 million.
That's it?
Yep, that's it. So Ricky, what do you think of Take Shelter?
Wasn't my favorite movie that we've watched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me just get right into the good. So I liked the cast. I thought the acting was like really well done. It took me a minute. I was like, who the hell is that guy? Why do I know him? And I was just fucking beating myself over the head like, why do I know this dude? And it's fucking Zod.
Yep.
Which took me forever to realize. I liked that. I liked the idea that the storm was coming. Like, it was also cool that like is he like an untrustworthy narrator? You know what I mean? 'Cause,
yeah.
like, there would be stuff that happened, and then you're like, did that actually happen? Was like, you know what I mean?
Was it a nightmare? That sort of thing.
Yeah. Was it a nightmare? Did the dog really bite him? That one was kind of sorted out like pretty quickly, but then like the rest of the stuff, like, is that storm really gonna happen? It was until like probably toward the end of the movie where I was like, did the storm in the beginning even happen, or was that a nightmare?
It was a nightmare, I think.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. But the whole time I was watching it, I'm like, wait, they showed the storm in the beginning. Like, that actually happened. So I liked that, and I thought they did a really good job of acting. Oh, I really like that dude that plays Dewart. Also, like, what the fuck? Who names their kid Dewart?
I have no idea.
I was cracking up about Dewart. Yeah, but I like that dude. He's in Fast and the Furious too.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's in the later ones. I want to say like 4 and I think he's introduced in 4. He's another cop that works with Brian at the LA police.
Yes.
He gets punched in the face and his nose gets fucked up.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I want to say he's in something else that I just watched too that I thought he was really good in. But I like that dude. I think he does a good job. What did you like about it?
Yeah, so I thought it was an interesting movie for sure. One of my first things was like, wait, is this Jessica Chastain or Bryce Dallas Howard? I'm like, I can't tell. And then the second one, I'm like, okay, this is Jessica Chastain. Okay. She's not running from dinosaurs.
There were no dinosaurs in the movie.
No dinosaurs in the movie, unfortunately. But it was definitely an interesting movie. I think it was definitely interesting too, kind of the unreliable narrator thing like you brought up before, where it's like, okay, this guy's having these nightmares, but he's also like having these visions during the day, and then it's revealed that his mom's a schizophrenic and she went into an assisted living when she was in her 30s and he's in his 30s, and is that what is happening? And he doesn't actually know what's going on, and he kind of gets obsessed with like building the shelter and that sort of thing. And I think it's obviously I don't think the film perfectly like examines like mental health issues and that sort of thing, but I think it's definitely like the whole moment where they actually go into the bunker, where it's actually the storm warnings on, we're in real time, that sort of thing. and he runs into the bunker and stuff like that. And the next morning, they all wake up, everything's fine. The mom and the daughter are taking like the masks off, and they're like, "You got to take your mask off," like coaxing him to do this, and then he won't open the storm door, and then they're like, "You have to do this. You have to do this to prove to yourself that there isn't anything wrong. Because if we do it, it doesn't change anything." And I thought it was a really powerful moment because I know with my struggles with different like mental illness stuff, like depression, anxiety, yada yada yada, it's been like you you can have these people help you, but it has to be you that like overcomes this thing. And I think definitely like the visual of having that dark place with the shelter and then the doors opening up and you see like the sky above, I think was all like a really powerful like metaphor for like trying to overcome and that sort of thing, which I thought that definitely was really cool and a really cool piece of like visual storytelling with it weaved in that way, where the shelter's what he's holding on to, but the shelter's also causing him more issues and that sort of thing, which I thought was all really cool. Yeah, I thought I definitely liked a lot of different stuff with the movie, a lot of the different shots and that sort of thing. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what else to say about the film.
It was really cool. Well, not cool, but it's interesting to see how they kind of like, was it 2011, how they viewed like, you know, like mental health stuff. Like when his brother comes over and you see him, you see Zod on top of the shipping container, like measuring for that spinny thing, like the vent. And his brother comes over and he's like, "Are you crazy?" Like he's just like laying into him, like giving him shit. And he's just being an ass. Like, and then he like threatens to beat him up. He's like, "Want me to come over and whoop your ass?" Like,
jeez.
Yeah. And then that scene where, so like, he could have easily been like, "Hey man, like what's going on? Like, are you all right?" But instead he's immediately like, you know, attacking him and then threatening to like fight him, which was weird.
Yeah.
And then when they go to that dinner, and he like freaks out on everybody, asking like, "Oh, you think I'm crazy? You think I'm crazy?" And but like they all know him, like it's a small town, or like I think that was like a company dinner, so he worked.
Yeah, something like that.
Everyone fucking knew him. They could have just been like, "Hey, you know, like, hey, we heard you're going through some shit. Like, are you all right?" Sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's merely just attack.
Yeah, which I think that scene, it like in particular as well as like some of the later on stuff too, is like really great performance from Michael Shannon. Well, he does a great job throughout the whole thing as the main character, as well as like you said, a lot of the performances in this movie are really good too. And I definitely think it's an interesting movie for a Sundance premiere as well, because it's by like Sony Classic Pictures. So it's like this really kind of like coming from this like prestigious film festival area, and it's like a really interesting film to have that happen, especially with it being like a neo sci-fi film as well.
Yeah.
It's very.
It's weird. The storm stuff, because it's the storm thing is weird because it's like you don't know if it's like a real thing, and you don't that adds to the mental health stuff. But then at the end, like, spoilers for the movie if you didn't watch it, like what the fuck. But
we already kind of spoiled it.
Yeah, but at the end when it shows up, then you're like,
there's a giant fucking wave.
Yeah. Oh, that was insane. Yeah, it shows like how far back the water is on the beach, and like it's a massive wave, and then there's tornadoes in the clouds.
Yeah, that I'll save my comments on that till we get to the next segment.
Okay. I feel it. I don't know if there's anything else that I thought was really cool about or really good. Oh, did you think that little girl was actually deaf?
Like the actress?
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, it's possible. I think for somebody with doing like sign language, different things like that, they either have to be very skilled at acting or actually know sign language. So I think it could go 50-50 on
okay.
what it could be. So I have no idea. Actually, I didn't look into it that much.
I didn't look into it either. I should have, but I was just like, when I was watching, I was like, I wonder if that girl's actually deaf. I think she was.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
Because it was like, I'm an educated person. I took ASL. uh, but there's like when you're doing like signing stuff, when you're comfortable with it, it becomes like a flow. Like it's not so like jagged. And when that little girl did it, she had like a
Like a rhythm.
Yeah, her hands weren't like in front of her face. It was more like she had done it like a bazillion times. So I wonder.
Yeah.
I think she actually was.
Yeah. Or at least like educated in it somewhat.
Yeah. Or yeah, someone she knows does it. All right, let's go on to the next segment called The Bad. You can go first.
So the first thing I want to start with, that like the first thing that like I actually wrote down in my notes for the bad is, so the wife goes to church the one morning, yada yada yada, and then the dad takes the daughter out and they go to the library. There's no libraries open on Sunday. There's never libraries open on Sunday. I'm like, what? This is breaking my brain right now, because there's no way you can go to the library on Sundays because it's always Sundays. That was my first thing. I'm like, learn a little about the library.
What? Oh my god! I haven't been to a library in so long. I don't even know that they weren't open on Sunday. It's like Chick-fil-A. I had no idea.
Yeah, I haven't been in a long time either, but that was the thing I always remembered, is like, or at least one of the ones I'd go to, because I went to a couple different ones when I was younger, is it would be like, it'd be open a couple days during the week, and then Saturday mornings, and then would not be open Sundays.
Not open on Sunday.
I'm like, what is happening right now?
Is that your only beef with the movie?
No, so I have a couple things. Like we said earlier, kind of the way they like depict mental health and how it's dealt with and stuff like that is kind of like, this is not like, being in 2021 is like, this is not how we go about things.
Yeah.
Now it's like, it feels like, at least from a mental health standpoint, it's like, feels so long ago for like how they're treating everything in the movie, which is weird. And then also, what I was saving when we were talking about the ending is, I didn't like the ending because I was like, I'm not sure what they're trying to say here, because there's like this wave, and that's not even the storm he's imagining, but they're seeing, like, everybody's seeing the storm, and it's like this giant ass storm, but it's not like the poison water or whatever. So is it like, is he dreaming this? Which I didn't think is the case, or is it like something like that? But I'm like, I don't know why, but it feels like they're trying to like, this was just my, like, what I got from the movie. I don't know if this is what they're going for or not, but it feels like now it's a whole family thing that they're all seeing this. Like, I thought it was like a joint hallucination, which I'm like, if you're especially going through like the mental illness point of view and stuff like that, that's definitely, don't do that. Just back up, regroup, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because I think it would have been more powerful, like, to have the movie end a little bit sooner, where it's not like, oh, it looks like the world's gonna end, like he predicted. Rather, it's the actual, or rather, it's kind of like the actual real world situation of what's going on, rather than kind of like the movie at first kind of portraying him almost like a Noah prophet with like the apocalypse coming, that sort of thing, like this terrible storm.
Yeah, they should have picked one or the other. It should have been either he is like, he might have schizophrenia or something, and he's kind of like, coming to terms with it, or he's getting over it, or whatever. Or the entire time it was always going to be that storm, and that was going to be like a bigger deal.
Right.
I think for the bad for me was like, I just thought the movie was boring.
It's very slow and methodical, for sure.
Yeah, it goes on for a really long time. But it feels like it goes on forever.
Yeah, I watched this in 3 different chunks, I think.
See, I watched it all in one go. It felt like a day and a half.
Yeah, it's definitely a slow burn movie where it's like drip feeding you information. It's kind of like you just have to like sit there and watch it until they like everything starts to actually unfold into the way like it's actually kind of being set up and done and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I think that was my biggest beef. Was like, it was just boring, and I wish it was a little bit, well, not a little, I wish it was like shorter. If it was like an hour and a half and they just kind of like, hit you with the points, like, right after each other, and didn't let that like a slow. It wasn't even really like a build. Well, it kind of was. It builds up to him freaking out at the dinner, and then like that mini storm coming. I feel like it just could have happened sooner. It could have happened a lot faster.
Yeah, I liked a little bit of how they did like kind of the slow burn to it. I think there's definitely some of that could be kind of trimmed a little bit because we do get the idea where it is very repetitive, but it also deals with kind of the same Christopher Nolan thing where it's like what's real, what's not real, that sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
The other thing that was very strange to me is, have you seen True Detective before?
Yeah. Well, I saw the first 2 seasons. I didn't see the third one.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I've only seen the first season, but like the birds like moving and the patterns, I'm like, this like True Detective like pretty much ripped this off if they with like the birds moving in this particular way and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because that came out like I want to say it's 2014. So a couple of years later, like just using this idea of having the birds just randomly flying in like these specific patterns and like only to this one person because they're trying to show him something, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this seems a little bit familiar.
I thought the bird thing didn't actually happen. I thought it was more like
No,
in
I don't
his
think
mind.
I don't think it happened either, but I don't think it
Oh.
happened in True Detective either.
Oh, okay.
Because True Detective, spoilers for True Detective season
No.
1, which came out a long time ago, but like it's in all a lot of the stuff's in Rustin Cole's head because he was so undercover and doing the drugs and stuff like that that his mind is kind of fractured. So like he is having these hallucinations with these birds moving weird and that sort of thing. At least that's what I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
That's a great show.
Great show. Whenever we get to now available TV, that'll be one of the first ones we'll do for sure. Because I think that one's going to be more actually hand-picked, so we don't just have to spend as much time watching garbage.
Imagine you got to watch 3 seasons of like a shitty show just so we can go, I didn't really like that show.
Jeez.
All right,
No, thank you.
Yeah, I think that was all my only beef with those movies or with that movie. So if we can get into the final segment, which is the ugly, where I go on Letterboxd and I look up some of my favorite 1 to half-star reviews and pick a couple, and I'm going to read them for you now. So let's see. This first one comes from Sarah Beebe. She gave it 1 star and said, I heard and read wonderful things about Take Shelter, and I really wanted to like it, but it was so boring. I usually like reasonably slow-paced movies, but this was just a bunch of nothing. Good cinematography and great acting, but it didn't work for me. Yeah, I really agree with that. I think that one lines up perfectly with how I felt about it.
I think for the most part, like I said, the big scene for me that really made the movie kind of more than what it was the bunker scene where like his wife's trying to get him to go upstairs and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where everything else is kind of like sporadic and like because it feels like with that scene they're actually trying to build towards a specific point, whereas the rest of the movie's kind of burning as like this psychological mystery as to what's actually happening. Where this scene like feels like it's conclusive evidence to the way the movie is going, what the movie's trying to say, but then like the ending kind of like knocks that backwards, and it's kind of like it's just this weird movie where it's this guy could be crazy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that bunker scene, I kind of forgot about it a little bit just because I was so kind of like focused on the ending. But that scene is really good. It's really powerful because you're so right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
all that stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
What I was gonna say is like with the dinner scene, and then he has the hallucination about his daughter like being in the streets, and then it starts raining, and then he wakes up in the middle of the night, and the storm thing's actually going off, and they go into the bunker, and it's kind of like this. Oh, is this actually what's actually going to happen here? And then it's like, oh, he's struggling with this mental illness issue, and he has to overcome it. He has this support system, but he has to do it himself to like make strides to become what he wants to be and help help deal with these issues. Which I think, like, if they would have stuck with that, like, closer to that, it would have been a powerful movie. But,
Yeah.
like, in the ending, they're like, oh, here comes a giant wave. What were you trying to tell for 2 hours? I'm like, you had it. You had it. And you fumbled on the goal line.
Yeah. They were trying to tell you that there's a giant wave coming. All right, let's get to the second one here. We got Evan Zuck gave it 1.5 stars, and he said, I kept waiting for the good part that never came. This movie hinged on emotional power that was lost in translation. I wish I could get those 2 hours of my life back. Yeah. The 2 hour runtime was a little long.
Yeah, I think that's just what this movie was kind of trying to be. I think they cut it. If they fade to black, they show the blue sky, and then cut to credits. I think great, we're done. We shaved about maybe 15 minutes off the end of the movie or so. Would have been good. Whereas, like, it's like, okay, we're gonna continue on. We're gonna be like, it could actually be a profit, or he could be crazy. We don't know.
Okay, so when we recut the movie, we cut it there, right? Then we play the credits. The after credits scene is them on the beach, and then her coming outside and seeing that giant wave, and then it ends there. Does that lessen the movie, or does it make it better?
With the post-credit scene?
With the post-credit scene of him actually being right about a gigantic storm coming.
I mean, if that's the case, I feel like we're leading into like having the dark universe, whatever that Universal is doing.
The dark picture universe, yeah.
Yeah, it's Nick Morton from The Mummy. Tom Cruise flying in on the wave. He's like, I've come to destroy humanity.
Surf's up, bitches.
He's just surfing with a giant ass like Dracula cape or something.
Oh my! All right, yeah, I'll let you. We'll take that one to the theaters and we'll see how it does. Do a couple test screenings.
We'll do that, and then we'll have the test screening of the Odd Thomas correct trailer in front of it.
The correct trailer, yeah. All right, we got one more here, and it's just user Nancy gives it half a star, and says that was boring as fuck. So no redeeming qualities for Nancy. She just thinks the movie sucks. I mean, yeah, I'm whatever. You know how I feel about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to the hit list, where we're going to go over the ranking and where we think this should be. You have the other two. I just have the all-time one, which I have updated from last week. So
this comes from Hulu. So currently Hulu sits at number 3, Conan the Barbarian, 2011. Number 2, High Rise, and number 1, Odd Thomas. Ricky, where do you think we should Take Shelter? Because originally I came into this movie into this review thinking it was going to be much higher than I think I'm actually going to put it. Because I think the more we talked about it, the more I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah. I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I think there's definitely good parts in it with a message that, like, as a filmmaker, I would try and push towards, where they like went the other way. And I think that's my biggest thing is I'm like, if you would have committed to what you were like leading towards and stuck on that route, like obviously I keep talking about it, but if you would have stuck on that route, you would have been so much better off, and this would have made like so much more sense for the movie it is, rather than going the way it did.
Oof. I want to put it above Conan, but I watched Conan multiple times and I enjoyed it every time that I watch it because it's like a dumb, fun movie. This one, I don't think I would watch it again I don't think I'll ever watch it again. There's no real need to. So I would put it beneath Conan, I think.
I think for me, I would watch scenes from it again. I don't think I would sit for the whole 2 hours again and watch Michael Shannon try and figure out his issue. because like obviously it's a great performance, but it's like there isn't too much happening in terms
Yeah.
of like deeper storytelling other than like when you get to the bunker scene as well as like the scene before it. Like I've said, I feel like I keep saying over and over again. Uh, I think I think I'm gonna agree with you that I think it goes below Conan because I think there's certain elements of Conan that are definitely rewatchable, whereas
Mhm.
this it's like, I don't know. Because Conan, you have like the opening sequence is really good and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's obviously like there's gratuitous violence in it, which doesn't need to be in it. Could definitely be PG-13. And it's like a dumb action movie that you'd watch in the middle of the day on Sci-Fi Channel, but
Exactly.
it's something you would watch on Sci-Fi Channel, not something that you find for $3.99 on Blu-ray used in an FYE.
You got $4 and you can pick between Conan and Take Shelter. You're picking Conan 100%. Out of that used bargain bin FYE, DVD section.
Yeah, I would definitely take Conan over this, I think.
For sure. All right, yeah, I'm good. So I'm good with the new last place.
I didn't think Take Shelter would be like this, but I'm sorry, Take Shelter. This is just how it's gonna shake out for you.
I thought it was going to be really good last week. I thought it was going to be the one. You know what I mean?
Mm,
But here we are.
here we are. And now, for the second way we rank the movies, which is by the year we watched it in, we have a bunch of good movies this year, so we'll see where this shakes out. At number 11, we have The Hills Have Eyes 2 remake. Number 9, Mile 22. Number 8, High Rise. Number 7, Flubber. Number 6, Hercules. Number 5, The Game. Number 4, Odd Thomas. Number 3, Wonder Woman 1984. Number 2, Basic Instinct. And still reigning at number 1, Tenet. Ricky, where do you think Take Shelter should fall on this list?
This one, ooh.
It's
What
a
was number
tough
10?
one.
What was number 10?
Number 10 is Shoulder Arms, the
The the hit
why can't I think of his
classic.
name?
Charlie Chaplin
Charlie
fixed it.
Chaplin. Yep. I couldn't think of Charlie Chaplin for whatever reason, but now, yeah, it's Charlie Chaplin film. Old, back in the day.
Yeah. And then underneath that, what's number 9?
Number 9 is Mile 22.
I think I'd put it underneath Mile 22.
Yeah, I think the action would be more enjoyable to watch for Mile 22 than try and like sit through this movie again with just kind of trying to absorb all the what it's trying to tell you, because I think especially from viewing it from a later on lens, it's kind of hard to see all the mental health stuff they're doing because it doesn't feel like it's like completely accurate, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I
So we're
feel
gonna
that.
do under Mile 22. So this is gonna fall to number 10, which that puts us at number 12, The Hills Have Eyes 2 remake. Number 11, Shoulder Arms. Number 10, Take Shelter. Number 9, Mile 22. Number 8, High Rise. Number 7, Flubber. Number 6, Hercules. Number 5, The Game. Number 4, Odd Thomas. Number 3, Wonder Woman 1984. Number 3, Basic Instinct. And number 1, Tenet. Now, Ricky, will you bring up now availables all-time ranking list?
Yes, sir. Can you? Oh, you can't see it. Wait, can you see
Well,
it? You have a
I
copy.
got it pulled up on Twitch so I
Oh,
can
okay.
look at it. So the all-time ranking list currently stands at 22, The Hills Have Eyes 2, 21, Catherine Upside Down, number 20, Shoulder Arms, number 19, The Runner, number 18, Mile 22, number 17, Conan the Barbarian, number 16, White Mile, number 15, High Rise, number 14, Taxi Driver, number 13, Prince of Persia, number 12, Flubber, number 11, Scoob, number 10, Hercules, number 9, Wonder Woman 1984, number 8, The Game, number 7, Labyrinth, number 6, Haunted Mansion, number 5, Basic Instinct, number 4, Odd Thomas, number 3, Clue, number 2, Tenet, and number 1, waiting for the punchline, friend of the show, Nick Scarpino's film.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, I think I'd have to put it at number 20.
Number 20. So that would be where it puts shoulder arms down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the runner has more kind of. Well, I don't know. I think the runner and this are at equal footing, so I'm okay putting it at number 20. I think, yeah, number 20 below the runner, above shoulder arms makes sense.
All right.
So that puts it as number 20 is Take Shelter. So that puts the end of the list standing at, because I'm not going to read through the whole thing again because you can see it. It puts number 23, The Hills Have Eyes 2, number 21, Catherine Upside Down, number 22, Catherine Upside Down, number 21, Shoulder Arms, number 20, Take Shelter, number 19, The Runner.
All right. Let me get off of here. I have a very special guest. Your 6-time NBA All-Star from North Carolina, Michael Jordan.
That is an adorable cat.
Say hi to the world, Mike. He doesn't want anything to do with me right now. He's pissed.
He's just being shy. Yeah, we're not talking about Space Jam.
Yeah, he's got a straw, and that's all he wants to do. And he did catch me with his nail a little bit. Yeah, okay, I'm good with this. I like it. I like where we're at.
Yeah, it's pretty good list. There's some stuff I would change on it, but it's stuck. So
yeah, when we get to the end of the year review, we can the year in review, and we can change it up.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can.
But
that's his house right there. His little bag. He's got a straw. He's living it. He's living the dream right now. He's a freak. He hates that straw. All right. Okay.
Each and every week, with Now Available, we search at the end of the show. We go through and we randomly pick out a movie for you that we're gonna watch next week. Come back, discuss with you, so you have time to watch it too. This week, Ricky, would you bring up the wheel so we see what we are going to watch?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to watch on HBO Max and in theaters The Suicide Squad. Round of applause, everybody. This movie, whoop, daddy. We almost picked.
Very exciting.
We almost picked to talk about this one over Take Shelter. We're just gonna skip Take Shelter altogether.
It was contemplated. It very much was contemplated.
So if you have HBO, if you have a ride to the cinema,
to the multiplex,
to the multiplex, go watch The Suicide Squad. Come back, listen to the episode. Are we gonna do a live one? Or we're just
gonna do that one live?
You want to?
We can do that one live.
Yeah, we're still kind of working out the kinks for like live shows. I think it would be cool to have a set schedule, but also, like I've said before, like I said to Adam before, I like the spontaneity of just doing it whenever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're watching The Suicide Squad, starring James Gunn.
Starring James Gunn. Yeah, so this episode, or the Suicide Squad episode, will go up not this Friday but next Friday. So you've got 2 weeks to go. Check it out. Watch it a couple times. Love it as much as we do, and then come back to join us in the conversation. So it'll be a good time.
It's gonna be a good one. This is a fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's it for me. That's it for you. That's it for us. Where can the good people find you?
They can find me at Howard AK88 and Starm Studios on Instagram and Twitter. Howard AK88, keep up with the latest on me. Starm Studios, keep up on the latest with the podcast when we're streaming, as well as when the actual show goes up, different notifications about different things, hopefully more content in the future, and so on and so forth. And Ricky, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Ritz Khalifa on Twitter and on Twitch. No, I post sometimes and sometimes I don't. And that's all I got to say to you. You know what I mean?
Remember, throw your aviation gin bottles into Ricky's front yard to get us scheduled to a streaming schedule.
I forgot that was one of my demands. Yeah, we want aviation gin bottles. We want a sponsorship from Mint Mobile.
Just take your Mint Mobile cards you buy at the store, scratch them off, redeem them. Just throw the empty card into Ricky's yard.
I want used cards. I don't want new ones. I want used ones. Yep.
Absolutely.
So until next time, love you. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.